How
Yes,
to
how to
handle the
handle. Mm. So I think I've given some kind of assessment for you as well, right? Like what we call recording about append operation and append method, append operations and read mode. So have you gone through that one?
Actually, we didn't get a time engine, but we'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We'll do
Yeah, no
that.
problem. I can finish it. Okay, so you can try to spend time for understanding here.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, so in our last session, I just want to open our document. Okay, now we'll talk about append operation. Okay, we'll talk about read operations. Okay, so append and read operations and how we can do it. That everything we'll discuss now. Let me go for open the VS Code. So Visual Studio is the IDE. So we are usually most of the real-time companies are using the VS Code only. So try to be practice it. So when you have a time for it, I mean, you can try to execute the programs in a VS Code as well. Okay. And so let me go for creating the another file. And so this is like, panda operation, panda.py or okay. So panda.py. So what the program we have it here, that same thing I'm copying and placing over here. And my first thing is that, file is not existed. Okay. And I want to open the file. The file is not existed, whether it is opening the file or not. Let me see. Sample1.txt. Okay. So file initially it will be telling that, what is the cursor location and I'm writing some new data, writing new data. Okay. And then which is telling that the cursor location. And then what I can do, I can I can comment this one, and I can comment this one, and I can comment this one, and I can comment this one. Okay, like just you're opening the file and you're knowing that what is the cursor location, and you're writing some information, and what you're telling actually. So you are after you writing some information, you're telling that where the cursor is available. Okay, then you're closing the file. Okay, only four options, and the file which is a new file, and you're opening the file in a pen mode. So when it is append mode, if it is append mode, what happens we'll see now. So you just run it. So when you're running, the program executed successfully so that sample1.txt file was created, right? So if you open this one, you will get some information writing new data. Okay. Now what I can do, same program I can execute. And meanwhile, you can see that output as well. Initially, the cursor location, it is 0. The reason is that it's a new file. So by default, it's a 0 location. And so after you're entering the 16 characters, so that the cursor location, it could be the 16. Because of this statement, you got this output. Okay. Yep. So for better understanding, what I can do, I can, no, recall breakpoints. If I put the breakpoints in between this line to this line, then what exactly this mean? one by one it can execute. Okay. So if you press that, down arrow mark, then it will be executing actually. Okay. Now we can start running. So here we have run option. Start debugging. Okay. Once if we start debugging, okay, so, see the program done. Okay, fine. Yeah. See, the debugging is started here. Okay. So start, step over, step into, step out. Okay. Like start over. You're started here. First statement is executed. So file was created. I mean, if the file is already existed, it is opened. Okay. Now the cursor location, I want to tell it. Then the second line, it is executing. Then go for click on this one. So when it is executed, see, actually the file you opened, right? But it is in append mode. Already we have a 16 characters are there. Okay. So that where the cursor look, I mean, when you're opening the append mode, which is telling that how many number of characters, I mean, it could be last location. The cursor, it could be last location. If you go for the step over, okay, like second line. So you are entered the almost 16 character. So 16, already 16th position you there, but you enter again 16 characters, so that the cursor location now it's a 32 position. So that we got the 32 position. Like if you run this one, my program has completed. Okay. That's way. This is the way you can try to breakpoint. We can put the breakpoints and we can try to execute it step by step as well. Okay. Clear, right?
Yes, got it.
Yep. And so remove that, breakpoints. Just okay, just click on it. Automatically, the breakpoints can be removed. Yeah. So you understood what exactly the append mode. If the file is existed, then it is open and it can be writing the data into the end of the file, not in the beginning or something else. Even you can try sample1.txt file. See, writing the data and again writing the data is there, right? Two times it is writing, but it was in the end of that file. Now, just forcefully, I can set the cursor location and I would like to try to read it. So you will be getting an error. You will be getting an error. Okay. See. So it was 32 location. You entered 16 characters and you set the position at 0 and you're trying to be reading it. So you are getting an error. Okay. To overcome that one, you just mention like, A plus. If you put the A plus and you can save it and again you can run it. So now you can able to read it. See, This entire data you read. Clear? That is about append mode.
Appending.
Append and append plus. So if the file is existed, it is opened, data is safe, and you cannot modify existing data. If the file is not existed, and you can open and we can write the data and we cannot modify. But append mode, you can't modify, just adding. That's it. Only reading. That's it. You can't modify existing data. As well as once if you append it, you can't modify. Okay. Now, new file, and so I would like to go for understanding the read1.py. Okay. So this situation, what I can do, I can, oh shit. Yeah. So you open the file is not existed. Okay. File is not existed. You can try with R mode and you can try with first step only you got an error. Okay. You're opening the file sample2.txt in read mode, you're getting an error. Even you can try with R plus, this situation also, you will be getting an error. That means if the file is not existed, 100% you will be getting an error in case of R mode or R plus mode. Okay.
I think you
So
entered plus R. That is correct.
even R plus or both are same only.
Both are same. Oh, okay.
File not found error. Plus R or R plus both are same. Okay.
Okay.
So here my error is that file not found error. That means file is not existed, but how you can open in a read mode? That's the error you're getting. Okay. So let me consider I have a file. I opened the file in R mode, and you're trying to be writing it. You're trying to be writing it. Okay. So you can run this one. So unsupported file operation. That means you can't use the write method in R mode. Only read methods only. That means this read method only can be possible. Okay. You can comment this one and you can save. And again, you can run. See, you're reading 0 location. Initially, when you're opening the file in R mode, it could be the initial location. And again, you're telling that location. Again, you're setting the position at 0. So 3 times, which is 0, 0, 0, we are getting. Okay. But you read the entire data. So 64 characters are there in my previous file. So that all the 64 characters is read and it is printing that. Right. And meanwhile, if I do R plus, instead of writing some new data, okay, so I can write updating. Okay. So again, you're setting the position at 0, 0, and you're trying to be reading it. Seek. See, updating, right?
Yes. Now that it is.
Initially, it's a 0, and you're writing the 8 characters. So updating new is 8 characters, right? AP5 updating. Okay. So you're just writing updating total number of characters are 8, so that it's a 8, and you're setting the position at 0, 0, so that it's a 0, 0 location. Again, you started reading entire data. so that it's read entire data. Once if it is read entire data, it having the 64 characters. Okay. I mean, it was in the last location. So this is the way you can do that, read operations, write operations, in case of R plus or more. In case of R plus, you can both read and write can be possible. Yep. File must be existed. In case of append mode and append mode and write mode, even file is not existed, it's not a matter, it can be created. For looking, entire program is same, right? Even here, the program could be same, right? I'm just changing only mode of operation. Only the matter is here only. Nothing else. So guys, try to practice it like this. This is our class for today. So I completed file handling methods, file handling operations. Okay. So tomorrow we'll freshly start the OOPS concepts. I can try to finish the OOPS concepts. Okay. Then this week I can complete the Python programming language. Next week we can start some new module. Okay, guys, bye. Take care.
Okay, Angel. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anjan.